Guys, welcome back to Roshnara's World. So, guys, we have Dhaval Shri on our channel who has recently been placed in Mindtree company. So, let's discuss in details about his experience, the complete journey. How was his experience into interview and the aptitude test and everything. So, hi Dhaval Shri. Introduce yourself first, and then we can start about your strategy and everything.
Okay, so thank you so much for giving me this platform and inviting me for this meeting. And I am Dhaval Sri Khedkar. Recently, I have given the interview and all that procedure for the selection. And I have done my Bachelor's of Engineering in Information Technology field. So let me first tell about my journey when I registered till the date of the HR interview. Okay, so I registered on 27th of August, and on the same day, I got the test link. Okay, so my test was conducted on 29th of August.
Mm-hmm.
So there were two rounds. The first round was aptitude, and second round was English proficiency test. So aptitude round was about 55 minutes, and the second round, which was around 45 minutes, and platform. I think, yeah, the platform was metal,
Mm-hmm.
METTL, something like that.
Uh-huh, metal platform, yeah.
Yeah. So on the first round, um, there were aptitude and business email writing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think business email writing was not in my case. They have like essay writing, something like that. One topic was given, and you have to write 200 or something like that words. Okay, so after that, I think that round wasn't elimination round, and
Mm-hmm.
no coding question was there, nothing like that. No pseudocode as well.
Okay.
And second round was on the same day itself. I think second round was conducted after 30 minutes of time
Mm-hmm.
after the first round. Okay,
Oh,
so yeah, so
fine.
that was the
So,
about test.
fine. So, can you explain a little bit? I mean, what type of questions you got in the aptitude test? I mean, was it easy level, medium level, or, I mean, topics can you remember?
So profit and loss, then I think speed, distance,
Mm-hmm.
all the basic which I was preparing for other interview as well.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, other test as well.
Mm-hmm.
That was included in that. So I believe its difficulty was till the medium, not so high and not so low. It was pretty mediocre. And question I don't remember
Mm-hmm.
right now, but
Just
yeah, that
topics. I mean,
will
it was profit and loss, and
yes,
you just
basic topics,
basic topics.
basic
And were there questions from reasoning?
reasoning was like puzzle and all,
Okay, okay, puzzle and
logical puzzle,
okay,
that
fine, fine.
arranging and all.
Exactly. I mean, the picture sort of. Uh,
Yeah,
fine.
basic,
Uh,
too basic.
Too basic, fine. So, guys, I mean, the questions were very basic as per Dhaval. He got the questions approximately medium level, so nothing to worry about it. Okay, so coming next, what was the next round was about the English proficiency. How was
Yeah,
that
okay.
test?
So that test was again pretty easy. Like you
Hmm.
have to listen some sentences and
Hmm.
again repeat those sentences. Like some of the sentence were too fast, and they're like having a little bit of accent, like American accent and
American.
all that accent. Yeah, so you
Hmm.
have to be very quick about listening to those accent.
Hmm.
My suggestion is to like watch web series and all which involves that accent, you know. uh,
Hmm.
if you have that habit, then it will be well and good for your that test. Yeah,
Okay, okay. So this test was also an elimination round or what?
I think it is because my test was pretty good, and I got selection mail. Sorry, the test result on
Hmm.
1st September. So I think it is a elimination round, and
Hmm.
most of the student haven't got it. So I think it was.
Okay, okay. And the next round was your interview round.
Yeah, the technical round.
Okay. So technical and HR were, I mean, together or separate?
No, they are conducted on different dates. Like I
Okay.
got HR, sorry, TR
Hmm.
mail on 1st of September,
Hmm.
and 2nd September, I had the TR round,
Mm,
and on the same day itself, I got the HR round mail. So you can say on the 3rd of September,
mm.
I got the HR. Yeah.
Okay, so can you explain about the interview? How was it? Start with first question.
Yes. So again, good old question, classic
Mm,
question. Introduce yourself. So for that, I just suggest you have to be honest and
mm,
like this is very basic format you have to follow. You have to tell your name, education,
mm,
background. For freshers, what they expect is that only things. You don't have any kind of experience, so you don't have to tell like many things. You have
mm,
to be very precise in that zone. So I believe name, education, and whatever you have done in your degree
mm,
projects. I mean to say mini projects and major
mm.
projects. So that you have to mention very briefly. I
Uh,
think 1.5 minute will be like
Office.
sufficient for it. And then you have to mention some other certifications as well, like apart from your career,
Mm,
sorry, apart from your education, what you have done. So I have done CH certification, certified ethical actor by EC Council. So I
mm.
have mentioned that. And again, I have mentioned IoT. So that will be plus point for you. And
Certification.
again, yeah. So then he went to the technical part, not the coding or like that, but some basic programming concept he asked. So let me
Concept.
first
Mm,
give you some of the questions he
mm,
asked, like OOPS concept and explain encapsulation.
mm,
So I've explained whatever the OOPS concept and
mm,
the specific topic he mentioned, like
mm,
explain encapsulation. So that was pretty basic thing. You
mm,
can explain very well,
mm.
because after doing engineering, at least we have to
Basic
tell
concepts
that
should
much
be
thing.
clear. Yeah, correct.
Then he asked recursive
Mm,
function. Uh, then that is very again basic question. This is related to C.
mm,
Then normalization in database, then cloud computing. Yeah, and one of the most important thing, the resume you share, all the questions is based on that resume itself. So I think he was side by side going through my resume and asking me some of the related questions to that
mm.
resume. So that is the very important thing I have to highlight.
Okay, so okay. Resume is a very important part, which guys, it is very clear that you have to update it first and then upload and share it. Because most of the questions they will obviously prefer that because they don't know your background and anything, so they'll refer definitely from resume itself.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Then the major part, he asked about cloud computing, because this is a cloud and infrastructure role. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So he asked me about cloud computing, like whatever concept I have understood about cloud computing. Then I told him I had a subject cloud computing in my bachelor's.
Mm,
So I explained him the concept, and then I think he switched to the networking part, like hub versus switch.
mm,
Again, basic question. Then hub works in which layer, switch works in which layer, networking concept. Then functionality of hub and switch. So I think that was the part of infrastructure. Okay. So
mm-hmm.
I think next question. Actually, I have written some questions. From that, I am
No
giving
problem. So this is just an experience which Dhaval is sharing for you people. You can say it is very basic questions, conceptual questions. Even if Dhaval don't share into and one by one point questions. But yes, you need to be very careful and you need to understand that if your concepts are clear, guys, then obviously you won't hesitate to answer them and you won't get nervous at that time.
So one of the his favorite question was like how to build good performance system.
Mm,
So minimum configuration he asked, like so I tell him that It is purely based on the what are the hardware components we can use for that system. So I have
Mm,
mentioned some of the basic hardware components, like
mm,
you have to use SSD, then the processor also matters, then RAM and
mm,
graphics card.
mm,
All this computing IT hardware system is like a main part for computing components, I mean to say.
mm, okay.
Then he asked about, he cross questioned me actually
Mm,
about SSD.
okay.
So, yeah, so what is the RPM of SSD? So, actually, in SSD, we don't have RPM because it doesn't have a motorized mechanism like
Mm,
disk and platter. So basic hardware knowledge he was also checking.
mm, okay.
Then the next question was how you will divide 1 TB SSD storage for multiple departments, like 300 GB, 300 GB, and 400 GB. So I don't know what answer I given.
Okay, no
Not
problem.
sure about it. Yeah,
Again, it was a related to concept.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a basic.
Okay. Any project related questions? Switching to the
Yes,
project.
yes, yes.
Mm,
That was the main concept.
mm,
Okay, so he asked about me what project you have done. So I have told him that I have built a drone from scratch.
mm,
Then whatever the basic detail I have done in my project. Actually, I have done many projects. So so drone project was took me around 2 years of time. So I have mentioned specifically for like
mm.
2 years I have done that project, and it was a pretty major project for me. So that's it about my project.
Okay, so you explained it very well. I mean, what you have done in the past 2 years about that project, each and everything. Were there any cross questioning in this? I mean, project related part.
Yes, he asked me about where did you implemented your IoT concept, because I have mentioned like in that drone part, surveillance drone part, I have used deep learning, then IoT and basic electronic concept. So he
Mm,
asked me about where did you implemented that IoT. So I told him that Azure IoT hub was there, and
mm,
metadata or the stream from that camera which I was fetching, and all the detection part was doing on that drone itself and transferring through the cloud to the remote PC. So I have
mm.
mentioned that. Yeah.
Okay, basically they asked you implementation of your project. Did you implement your project or not? Yes. Okay. Again, this is something question which is very basic. I mean, a lot of interviewer asked that what is the implementation of your project? Did you implement somewhere else or not? And okay, any further cross questioning or separate questions on project which they asked, or just a normal?
Yes. It wasn't related to any project, but
Hmm,
he asked me about what are the certification or what certificates you have to achieve
hmm.
in next 6 or 7 months.
Your planning basically they asked.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So
Okay.
mindset, I think they are checking.
Okay. Okay. Fine. So, okay. So, if I'll suggest you guys, if some such questions arises, that what are your future plans in terms of certifications, and so plan something, have something in mind that I am going to do this type of certification, which is related to obviously your work, and even if it is very different, I mean certification. Of course, you should be able to justify that why am I choosing that, and why am I going to do that certification. So have all those things in your mind, so that will you will be able to obviously answer those questions, like.
Yes. So basically, when he asked that question, so I told him that I have to do OSCP, which is Offensive
Mm,
Security
mm,
Certified Professional, which is by Kali Linux.
mm,
So I have justified it like because of the uh, penetration testers are required in
mm,
at least all the fields. In the all the penetration testers are required in all the fields
mm.
of the security. So maybe cloud will be there for like longer duration of time. So that is the main important. That is the important certification for me in
Okay,
the
for
future.
okay, fine. So you explain your certification. How long was this complete, interview, approximately duration?
25 minutes and almost 16 to 17 questions were there
Okay, I
as
mean,
per I have listed.
okay, okay. As per you remember, there were approximately 60. Okay, great. And what was the last question happened? I mean, after this.
Yeah. Yeah, so he asked me about whatever question you have to ask, you can ask me. So
Mm-hmm.
I asked him that what kind of role I have to like do in this company. So I have asked him how much duration of the training
Mm-hmm.
and what will be the again
Structure or pattern
procedure
of
for
the.
it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, fine. So you asked about the training period and about training. So how is it going to
Yes,
happen?
about training. Yeah,
Okay.
correct.
So what was his answer? What
So
they
he
told?
told
Mm.
like 2 months of training will be there. 60 days
Okay.
training is there, and I think they will provide a laptop for it.
Okay. Okay.
So
They
let's
explained it.
yes.
Okay. Fine. So after this, okay, this is the complete, interview round you appeared for, and how was your experience basically? And what next? Like you said, the very next day you had your HR round. So how long was your HR round? And how was it?
HR around almost 10 to 15 minutes,
Okay,
and again I have some questions.
okay. Basic questions,
So
I guess.
yeah, basic questions. So basically, HR was pretty friendly, and
Mm,
he introduced himself
mm,
where he is located currently.
mm,
And again he started with me and he like told me that introduce yourself. And then again he asked me about my name, like my name is pretty unique, Dhawal
uh,
Shri. So he asked me about my name, like what is the meaning of
Meaning of your
name.
name. Mm.
So I mentioned name. So I mentioned my
Meaning of the name.
so I mentioned meaning of the name. Okay, so then he asked me about my location. Where are you from?
Mm,
Then
mm,
where are you currently living? Then I was told him that I am from Badlapur. Then he asked me about like Badlapur was that from movie.
okay.
And then family background he asked, and
Mm.
tell me about your parents. So I told
You
him about my
explain.
parents.
Mm.
Yeah. Then he asked about location, which location I would prefer. So I told him that XYZ, XYZ.
Mm.
Okay. So then I think question was okay. If you got the another location, what will you do? Like, will you accept it or reject it?
Mm.
So I
Mm.
told him that I will accept it, but the preference I think they will going to ask.
Okay. So here I want to, acknowledge guys, like Dhaval said, that they will definitely ask you. I mean, in HR round, they might ask you that what is the preferred location. First, they'll ask you, and then again they might ask you that if we give you some other different location, so will you be comfortable in joining or relocating or shifting to that location? So yeah, justify that. Just don't say yes or no. I mean, it's very important to communicate basically with them and interact. That why will you be able to relocate? Tell them that initially it would be difficult for you, obviously you'll be relocating, but yes, somehow you need to manage also, because it's your starting of the career, and yes, you are definitely going to be taking up that opportunity like this. I mean, you can frame it accordingly, just not to say, just don't tell yes or no answer. It should be a bit
Yes,
interesting answer.
that was my mistake, I think.
Okay, yeah, exactly. I mean, a lot of people make such small uh, point mistake that they do answer in yes or no, but yes, you have to be a bit interactive. That's the whole point, I guess. They will know that even if are you keen to interact, or what is going in your mind, because yes or no, somewhere we won't be able to judge that what is going inside your mind actually.
Yes, that's true. Then let's move to the next question. Then he asked about what do you know about company and why
Mm.
you want to join this company. Again, classic question.
Uh,
So I have studied some of the basics of that company, like
Mm-hmm.
employees, then revenue,
Mm.
and the locations of that company.
The
It's
headquarter,
basically
basically.
yeah,
Right,
headquarter,
right.
and why I want to join this company. So that was the totally a different scenario.
Mm.
Okay,
Okay.
so I
So,
gave him the answer why I have to join that company.
okay.
And again, the second question was who is the CEO of the company. So again, you have to study that also.
Exactly. I mean, basics. Write points in your notebook while preparing this question, guys. I would suggest how to prepare. As in, why this company? Tell me something about this company. What do you know? So basically, write when this company actually, what is the company into? What is its main core businesses, and what are the XYZ businesses of that company? And then headquarter and a current CEO. So these are very basic questions which you should know at least, because they would ask, because you are actually sitting into an interview and you don't know about that company, so it's a bit strange uh, to know that we don't know that. So it's important that you should know basic of that particular company, read about it, research about it.
Right. So again, the most important question was what was your failures in life and
Mm,
how you like recovered from that trauma.
mm,
So I am like pretty much lucky for this question because I had some failures back
mm,
there in my life. So
mm,
I told him that I have XYZ failure, and
mm. How you
he
recovered.
asked me, yeah, how I recovered. So I told him that I have recovered by writing the daily diary. So that was pretty positive approach for me. So yeah,
Okay.
that's the question. Then he asked about ready for 24/7 shift. Like in Mindtree, they have a 24/7 shift. Like
Mm,
some of right now, I don't have the duration of that
mm,
shifts, but yeah,
mm. Okay, but yeah, it
24/7.
is rotational. So they asked, is it, I mean, are you comfortable with rotational shifts or not? Okay, this is also a very normal question, because we know that it is a 24/7. So yeah, obviously we are appearing for this, so we should be comfortable with it. Any other
So
questions?
that's
That's
it.
it. I think it was, I think, 10, 15 minutes, as you said.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
okay. So overall experience was your, I mean, good experience, right?
Yes, it was pretty good.
Okay. So, I mean, I want to ask you, I mean, what language I mean, did they ask you about any certain programming language or so, or coding?
No, actually, cloud in the cloud or infrastructure, they will not ask you any like language programming language,
Mm-hmm.
but they will ask such like they will ask certain programming concepts only,
Oh,
hoops concept, then basically
basic,
इतना
okay.
छोटा
Cloud or
concepts.
networking.
Yeah.
Fine. And what last point? I mean, Dhaval, you want to share your any strategy or tip to these? I mean, people out there who are looking for more information, how to prepare and sort of things.
Yes, of course, YouTube is like a very great source, and through your channel, I came across like this line, and I've commented multiple times on your channel like what are these dates of like selection process, and when they will send result, like, and you are also like wait for
Ah,
this much time. So I don't like go with I won't say like go with this channel only. You have multiple channels.
multiple options. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
multiple options
YouTube
are
is a
there.
vast. Exactly,
Yes,
exactly.
YouTube is a best option for it.
Okay. Any other tip?
Build your resume properly. Use like sites for it. You, if you are fresher, use
Mm,
websites for it. If you don't know how to build it properly, I have done the same. I have used site. I don't remember the name, but
mm.
have used it.
There are a lot of sites out there in Google. You can search it and you can just go through, just build a basic resume which have, I mean, everything very crisp and short, not in like in 2, 3 pages of resume. I don't think so. A fresher would have. But yes, one pager, or
Just
you
one
can say,
page.
yes, exactly,
Yeah.
one pager resume is more than enough, which shows that what exactly you have done. And then obviously, resume is something will not say each and everything about you. It's just a pointer. Then you have to explain that I have done this and this and XYZ.
Yeah, right. Then don't lie in your resume. Like if they cross question you, then you won't be
Hmm.
answer it.
Correct, correct.
And
So,
yeah, you
to
don't have to
mention,
be like very proficient in your English, but you have to like maintain your language properly.
oh,
That much flow you should have.
fine. So they are not looking for proficient, communication skills, but yes, it should be a good communication skill that you should be able to communicate with the,
Yes.
person sitting in front of you. Fine. So, guys, all in all, it's just that, you are preparing for aptitude, like you all know that, preparing aptitude for not for different companies, but you are preparing at one go. And then obviously, aptitude level can differ, but yes, questions and topics would remain, almost topics would remain same. Next point is, like Dhaval said, the resume point. If I summarize the resume, then obviously go to YouTube, go to Google, research if you don't have, get answers. And last point is, guys, very important, the company will send you communication emails. They will send you at every stage. So don't panic that I'm not getting interview email, I'm not getting the test links and sort of things. So don't panic, don't take tension, because they would definitely send you. It can take time because there are, bulk hiring is happening, so there could be possibility that delays could happen. So don't worry about that. So I think company is doing a great job, telling you each and every information time to time, and things, and hiring you people. So yes, I think this was the gist of the complete journey of Dhaval, I guess.
Yes, right.
Fine. Okay, fine, guys. You can just check out to the other videos and stuff, preparation videos as well into channel, and you can subscribe to the channel for the more, updates about job. In case you have any doubts or queries, guys, we are closing this video right here. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day. Be safe. Take care. Bye, guys.